We continue now at the top of Daf Lamed Aleph Amid Beis in Meseches Rosh Hashana. This is Rosh Hashana Daf 31b. The Gemara is continuing to describe the exiles of the Sanhedrin after the destruction of the second Beis HaMikdash. Umiyavna l'Usha. From Yavna they went to Usha. Umiyusha l'Yavna. Then from Usha to Yavna. Umiyavna l'Usha. Then from Yavna back to Usha. Umiyusha l'Shaparim. And then from Usha they went to Shaparim. Umishaparim l'Beis Sharim. Then they went from there to Beis Sharim. Umibeis Sharim l'Tzipori. From there they went to Tzipori. Umitzipori l'Tiveria. From there they went to Tiveria. Utiveria Muka Mikulan. And Tiveria was the lowest of all of these places. Rashi over here explains. Umiyavna l'Usha. From Yavna they went to Usha. Kashahaya Hanasi Darbo. Kevan Shais Sanhedrin. Wherever the Nasi was, the Sanhedrin was with him. If he or his son went to a new place, so Gola Yeshiva Achar of the yeshiva would follow. Yavna b'mei Rabbi Yochanan. Yavna was in the days of Rabbi Yochanan and Zakkai. Usha b'mei Rabbi Gamliel. In Usha, that's where they were during the days of the leadership of Rabbi Gamliel. V'chazru me'Usha liYavna. Then they went from Usha back to Yavna. Uv'mei Rabbi Shimon ben No. When they went in the days of Rabbi Shimon, the son of Rabbi Gamliel, Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel, Chazru. Then they returned. Kedetanya l'Kama b'Pirkin. This is learned later in a Bryce in our Perek. Ukeshekitchu bezin v'chulu. That's what it says later on. Beis Sharim v'Tzipori uTiveria kulan b'mei Rebbe Hava. Rashi says that those areas, Beis Sharim, Tzipori, and Tiveria, those were during the days of Rebbe Yehuda Nasi. Kedamrinan acharei Rebbe leBeis Sharim. That's what it says. After Rebbe, they followed to Beis Sharim. V'shuv keshachala holy chula Tzipori. Then when he got sick, they went to Tzipori. Kedamrinan b'chsuvis, like it says in Kesuvis. Uv'Tiveria haya b'mei Antoninus. Tiveria was during the days of Antoninus, the Roman leader. Tiveria amuka mikulan, and Tiveria was the lowest. Shefolam hayuaz mikol hamasos shagol. In other words, they went, so to speak, to the Jordan Valley. They kept exiling to lower places, and Tiveria was the lowest of them. And the Gemara continues, Shenemar, like the pasuk says, V'shafalt me'eretz daberi, that you're brought down and you speak from the earth. And the Gemara continues, Rabbi Elazar says, Sheish Golos, there were actually 6 exiles of the Sanhedrin. Happens to be that if you count the number of places after Yerushalayim, it actually is 6 places. It's Yavna, Usha, Shafarim, that's 3, and Beis Sha'arim, Tzipori, and Tiveria, that's a total of 6. In any case, Rabbi Elazar says there were 6 exiles. Shenemar, like the pasuk says, Ki heishach yoshve maram kirya niskava yashpilena yashpila ad eretz yagiena ad ofar. Rashi over here explains, Sheish golus hashach chada, the word hashach refers to one lowering, so to speak. Yashpilena trey, yashpilena is 2. Yashpila plus, the word yashpila means 3. Ad eretz arba, that's going to be 4. Yagiena chamisha, the word yagiena is 5. Ad ofar sheish, and ad ofar sheish, the idea is they lowered themselves 6 times. The Motzi Lamemar Yashpilen Ad Eretz Ulafar could have said a much shorter pasuk. So again, this indicates the idea that there were 6 levels of the exile. And the Gemara continues, Amar Rabbi Yochanan says, Umisham Asidin Ligoel, from the lowest of the exiles, that's where they're going to be redeemed. Shenemar, like the pasuk says, Hisnari Me'ofar Kumi Shavi. It says you have to wake up from the dust, from the lowest spot. That's when you're going to be redeemed. And the Gemara continues with the Mishnah, Amar Rabbi Yoshua ben Karcha. Rabbi Yoshua ben Karcha says, V'yod zos hiskin Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. Furthermore, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai made this additional takana, Shafilu rosh bezdin b'chol makom, that even if the head of the bezdin is in some other place, in any other place, shelo yuhu ha'edim holchen elu l'makom havad. Still, the edim who are testifying about the new moon, they should go to where the court is, to where the gathering place is. Rashi over here says, Amr Rabbi Yoshua ben Karcha, Shafilu rosh bezdin b'chol makom, shenitzrach lifrosh mimakom havad l'makom acher. He needed to go to another location. Sharei ikar hachodesh teluya bo. Rashi explains that the declaration of the new moon really relies on the head of the bezdin. Kedetanan mepirkan deleel rosh bezdin omer mekudesh. It's the head of the bezdin who says the word mekudesh. V'alfina mikra, it's learned from Sukkim. So you might have thought that the Edom should go to where the head of the bezdin is. But lo yutzrichin edei hachodesh lahalech acharav. It's not true. The edei hachodesh don't have to follow him. Rashi continues, ela l'makam havad. Rather they go to the area where the court sits. Shel yeshiva yelchu v'sanhedrin yikatshu. What will happen is the Sanhedrin will sanctify the new moon below Rosh Bezdin, without the head of the Bezdin. And the Gemara says, there was a story with a woman, she was summoned to come to the court in front of Amemar, Benahardoi and Nahardoi. Azal Amemar leMechuza, now Amemar ended up going to Mechuza, V'lo Azla Basrei, and she did not go to follow him. So Kasa Psicha Lava, so he wrote a Psicha, meaning he wrote a star of excommunication upon her because she didn't come, she didn't follow him to where he was. So Amar le Rav Ashi la Amemar. So Rav Ashi said to Amemar v'anantanan, but didn't we learn in our Mishnah? Afilu rosh bezin b'chol makam shlo yu edim holchen el l'makam avad. Even if the head of the bezin is somewhere else, the edim who testify for the new moon, they go to the area where the court is. So what's the difference where you went Who cares that you were in Mechuzah? She didn't have to follow you to Mechuzah. She had to go to the area where the court was. So Amar Lei, so he said back to him, no, Hani Mili Le'inyan Eidos HaChodesh. That's only true when it comes to Eidos HaChodesh, testimony for the new moon. DMK, Nimsas Machshilon Lasad Lava, because if you require them to go follow the head of the Bezin wherever he was, you're going to cause a stumbling block in the future. The Edom are not going to want to come if it's going to be such a burden and such a bother to have to follow around the Rosh Bezdin. But over here, Eved Lo Velish Malve. Pasuk says that a person who's a borrower is like a servant to the lender, meaning the person who's the borrower, he has to do what's convenient for the lender, what's convenient for the court. So in this case, she really has to follow where the Rosh Bezdin is. And the Gemara continues, Tanu Rabbanan, the rabbis taught, Ein Kohanim Rashoin Lalos Besandalein L'Duchen. When the Kohanim go to Duchen, when they go to do the Birchas Kohanim, they can't go up in their sandals, they can't go up in their shoes. V'zu echad mitesha takonos shehiskin Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. And this is one of 9 takonos that Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai made. Shiz dahai pirka. There are 6 that are in this parak. V'chada de pirka kamon. We have 1 in the earlier parak. Rashi over here says, Ena kohanim rashoin lalos besandalein leduchen shenosin kapeyan. Again, they do the birchas kohanim of Meseches Sota and Farish Taima, beperak ve'elu namar. And the reason for this is explained in Meseches Sota. So now we're going to enumerate the 9 takonos of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. Shiz dahai pirka. First 6 we already had in this parak. Chodahai, one of them is this that we just said. V'chomesh demasnisin hiskin shiu token v'shiyei lulav nitel shiva v'shiyei yom hanaf kula aser v'shiu mekablan kol hayom v'shelo yehu edim holchin el lamakam havad. These are all mishnayos we just had previously. All the various takonos. That's a total of 6 in this parak. V'choda de pirka kama, and there's one from the first parak. Shelo yehu mechalin ela al nisan v'tishrei bilvad, that we're only mechalal, talking about when their Edom are traveling to Mechal Shabbos, only for the month of Nisan and for the month of Tishrei. So that accounts for 7 of the takonos of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. V'idach, and now the additional takonos, we need to have 2 more takonos. So the 8th takon is as follows. The Tanya we learned in a brisa. Gerish and Isgayer Bizman Hazel. Let's say you have a convert, somebody who converts nowadays. So Tzarech Sheyafresh Rova Lakino. He has to separate a rova for his karbonos. This is talking about the bird karbonos. Rashi over here says Tzarech Sheyafresh Rova Lakino, Rova shekel. We're talking here about a quarter of a shekel. He has to separate that amount of money. The Hainu Chatzi dinar, that's a half a dinar. The Hein Demei Kan, that happens to be the value of the kan. They used to bring karbonos, bird karbonos. Kedetanan, like you learned in the Mishnah, Amdu Kinin Bo Bayom B'Revasayim. It says that was the value of the kinin. And Rashi explains, Shahager Chayev B'Karbon, because a ger is chayev to bring a carbon. Kedetanya, like we learned in a brayso, Kachem Kager Yeh Kavosechem Ma'avosechem Lo Nichnasu LeBrisa LeBemilo Utzvila V'Artzo As Domim V'Hazdo As Domim D'Chsiv V'Yikach Moshe As Adam V'Yizrok. It talks about the fact you had the sprinkling of the blood when our forefathers entered into the covenant. Vein Hazah Below Tvila V'Artzo As Domim D'Chsiv V'Chatzi Adam Zorak Al Mizbeach. Again, you're putting the dam in the Mizbeach. So the same thing is going to be true when it comes to a convert. The convert also has to bring these karbonos. And so the idea is, Bizman Hazeh, they have to separate a certain amount of money, even though they're not bringing these karbonos because there's no Beis HaMikdash, they have to separate that amount of money. And Rashi continues, with Meseches Krisus Barosh Perak Arba Mechusrei Kapara Masik Milsa, the Sagile Ba'ola Sa'ov. The Gemara over there concludes in Krisus that it's enough just to bring a carbon ola that's a bird. Yeah, that's enough, that satisfies the minimum requirement. Hilkach Yafresh Rova Lakino, therefore he should separate this rova, that's the amount of money for this bird carbon. Shema Yibon Beis HaMikdash B'Yameinu V'Yakrivenu. The idea is maybe the Beis HaMikdash will be built, and then he'll be able to use this money to bring the carbon. And the Brisa continues. Amar Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar. Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar says, Kvar Nimno Ale Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai already got up and voted Uvitla, and he was already mevatel this idea. He said that nowadays the ger should not separate money for the carbon. Why? Because it's just going to cause a stumbling block. Now you have this money that's dedicated for hekdesh, and what if it's going to end up being used by mistake for something else? And this is the 8th takana of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. The Gemara continues, V'idach, and the other takana of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, the 9th takana, Pluksa de Rav Papa of Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak. It's actually a machlokas what it was between Rav Papa and Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak. Rav Papa Amar Kerem Revoy. Rav Papa says it was a takana that was related to the 4th year fruits. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak Amar Loshen Shel Zahoris. And Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak says that it was a takana that was in reference to the crimson thread. And the Gemara now explains. Rav Papa Amar Kerem Ravoy. Rav Papa says it has to do with the 4th year fruits. This is the 4th year fruits from the vine. The Tanan, as we learned in the Mishnah, Kerem Ravoy Haya Ola Li Yerushalayim Malach Yom L'chol Tzad. when it came to these fourth-year fruits, if you were within 1 day travel of Yerushalayim, you were supposed to bring the fruits themselves to Yerushalayim. And in other words, according to the basic halacha, really, you could redeem the fruits, and you could just bring the money, and you could just spend the money in Yerushalayim, similar to Meiser Sheni. But they made a takana that if you were within 1 day travel of Yerushalayim, you should bring the fruit itself to Yerushalayim. V'zui tchuma, here's the boundaries of that. Here's what's considered within 1 day of Yerushalayim. Eilas min atzafon, v'akravas min adoram, lud min amayra, v'yardin min amizrach. Eilas from the north, Akravas from the south. Some people have it reversed. Some say Eilas from the south and Akravas from the north, Lud from the west, and the Yarden from the east. V'yamar Ula v'tema Rabba bar Ula, and Ula says, and some people say it's Rabba bar Ula who says, Amar Reb Yochanan, in the name of Reb Yochanan, Matam, what was the reason for this takana? Why was it that they said you should bring the fruits themselves to Yerushalayim? Kedei la'atir shuka Yerushalayim v'peiros. It was in order to beautify the marketplaces of Yerushalayim, to make them full of fruits. Betanya, we learned in a brayso, Kerem Revoy Hayalo Rabbi Eliezer b'Mizrach Lud b'Tzad Kfar Tovi. Rabbi Eliezer had a vineyard, fourth-year fruits, in the east, by Lud, by the side of Kfar Tovi. In other words, it was in an area where really he was supposed to bring the fruits up to Yerushalayim. Ubikesh Rabbi Eliezer lafkiro laniyim. And Rabbi Eliezer wanted to make everything ownerless so that the poor people could bring it up to Yerushalayim. This was talking about after he had a situation, after the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, and it was a burden for Rabbi Eliezer to bring the fruits to Yerushalayim, so he figured he'll make it ownerless and he'll allow the Aniyim to bring it up to Yerushalayim. Amru lo, so they said to him, Amru lo Talmidav, so his students said to him, Rebbe, Kvar nimnu chavercha olav yitiru. Rebbe, your friend already voted upon this, and they said that after the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, it's actually mutter. There's no need to bring the fruits themselves to Yerushalayim. Man chavercha, who's your friend? Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. It's a reference to Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, and this, according to Reb Papa, is the 9th takana of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. After the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash, you don't have to bring the fruits of Kerem Ravoy to Yerushalayim if you're within a 1 day walk. And the Gemara continues, Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak Amar, Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak says, Lashon shel Zahoris, the 9th takana of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai was in reference to the crimson thread. The Tanyas were learned in a brayso, but shown in the beginning, Hayu koshin Lashon shel Zahoris al Pesach ula mibachutz. They used to tie a red thread. It was on the entrance of the Beis HaMikdash, by the entrance hall on the outside. Hil bin Hayu Smechen, this was on Yom Kippur, and if the thread turned white, everyone rejoiced because that means that they had gotten a kapor on Yom Kippur. Lo Hil bin Hayu Atzavin, but if it didn't turn white, so then they were sad. It means that they did not get a kapora. Hiskino shiu koshin osa al Pesach ula mibifnim. So they made a takana. Instead, they're going to tie it on the inside of the entrance hall. But still people were able to look, they were able to see. Hil bin Hayu Smechen, and again, and when it turned white, they were happy. Lo Hil bin Hayu Atzavin, if it didn't turn white, they were sad. So Hiskinu, so they made a takana then, shiu koshin also chetzio besela, that they would tie half of it around the rock, the chetzio ben karnav shel seir ha-mishaleach, and half was tied between the horns of the seir ha-mishaleach, that's the goat that was sent off to Azazel. The idea was that the thread was now far away from the area of the Beis HaMikdash where the people were, and so the people were not able to see the color of the thread. And so Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak is saying that this takana, to tie the thread far away from where the people were, that takana was made by Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. And so the Gemara now says, Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak, my time will Rav Papa. Why doesn't Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak say like Rav Papa? Why doesn't he say that the 9th takana had to do with the Kerem Revoy, had to do with the fruits of the 4th year? Amar loch, so he'll say to you, Isalka daitach Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai, chaveir of Rabbi Eliezer mihave. Do you think that Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai would be referred to as the friend of Rabbi Eliezer? The story was that they said to Rabbi Eliezer, your friend already said that you don't need to bring the fruits up to Yerushalayim after the Beis HaMikdash has been destroyed. But Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai wasn't a colleague of Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbo Havi, he was actually the Rebbe of Rabbi Eliezer. So it can't be that this was a takana of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. V'idach, but the other opinion will respond, Kevan the Talmidim Havu, since it was the students of Rabbi Eliezer talking to Rabbi Eliezer, Lavo Rachara Lameim Relay L'Rabbe Rabbach. It's not proper derech eretz to tell your Rebbe what his Rebbe said. You wouldn't refer to him as your Rebbe. So instead they said your friend, your colleague, because it was a way of showing respect to Rabbi Eliezer. But really, again, the takana, according to Rav Papa, was the takana of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. But Rav Papa, my time will Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak. Why didn't Rav Papa say like Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak? Why doesn't he say the takana has to do with the crimson thread? Amar loch, he'll say to you, Isal Gadaitach, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, if you think that this takana of the Lashon Shel Zahoris was made by Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, B'mei Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, mi have a Lashon Shel Zahoris. Do you think that during the days of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, you had this crimson thread? Rashi here as the gear says follows: Mi have a Lashon Shel Zahoris malbin. Do you think in his days that it would turn white? B'yamim shaya Rabbi Yochanan mora horos or misakin takanos. At a time when Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai was issuing his rulings and making these takanos, do you think at that time that the Lashon Shel Zahoris was turning white? V'atanya, but we learned in a brisa. Kol shnosov shel Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai me'av esrim shana. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai lived for 120 years. Mem shana asak b'pragmatia. For 40 years he was in business. Mem shana lomad. For 40 years he was learning. And Mem shana limed. And then for 40 years he was teaching. For the last 40 years he was teaching Torah. V'tanyan, we learned in a brisa. Mem shana kodem shenechrav habayis. 40 years before the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash, lo haya lashon shel zahoris malbin, the lashon shel zahoris, it never turned white. At that time period, for the 40 years before the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash, it never turned white. Elamadim, rather it stayed red. Utanana, we also learned in the Mishnah, Mishacharav Habayis, it was from the time that the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, Hiskin Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, that Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai made his takonas. Rashi over here says, Utanan Mishacharav Beis HaMikdash Hiskin takonas. He made his takonas after the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash. Alma la'achar churban haya shana u'shtayim. You see that this all took place after the destruction, a year or two. V'kevan darboim shana kodem churban. Now, if we're already saying that 40 years before the churban, lo hilben, it never even turned white, halashon b'yom HaKippurim, it never even turned white on Yom Kippur, nimsa shelo hilben b'soch shanosav achronim. So clearly, during his latter years, you never had situations where the thread was turning white. Shalimed bohem lachem, during the years where he was teaching others, v'tiken takonas, and he was making takonas. In other words, of all the takonas he made was already at the end, at the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash, and already 40 years before the destruction, it wasn't even turning white anymore. So it doesn't make any sense to say that Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai was making this takana in relation to the crimson thread. And the Gemara says, V'idach, okay, so what does the other one respond? It seems to be that that's actually true. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai's takanas were too late to have to do with the Lashon Shel Zahoris. So the Gemara says, no, Osam Arboim Shana de Lomad, for those 40 years where he was learning, in other words, before he was really teaching, Talmud Yoshev Lifnei Rabo Have. He was like a Talmud sitting in front of his Rebbe. V'Amar Milsev Estaber Taimi. He would say something, and if it made sense, that's how they would establish the takana. We'll continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Lamed Beis Amud Aleph.